been prone to not prone, but they've been apt to the big run this year, the big inning this year, the Crabs.
They have. They have.
That was an explosive sixth inning last night, and that just put it out of reach.
That half a dozen, yeah, that's right. That half a dozen runs pretty much was the ball game. The Crawdads tried to come back. As a matter of fact, they did score 3 late inning runs, and in the 8th inning had the bases loaded with 2 outs, so the tying run at the plate, but it was all for naught. And from the Crabs' standpoint, that's a good thing, as they won their 4th in a row. The other thing that's very different between last night and tonight, Benjamin, is last night we suffered through the worst weather of the season. It was drizzly and rainy and misty, and then it was rainy and the umbrellas were out, and yet 358 hardy souls came out to see the game. But tonight, is this gorgeous or what?
It's a beautiful night. Last night it was misty, and Crawdads were feeling helpless as kittens up a tree.
Benjamin does a great Johnny Mathis.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But tonight, a gorgeous night. The clouds are clearing. It was overcast all day and even raining this morning. But gradually it's gotten clearer and clearer and turned out to be just a glorious evening here at the Arcata Ballpark. And
beautiful.
Great night for baseball.
Cloud-dappled blue sky with the green trees and the hills off in the distance. This is a gorgeous ballpark, and if you're within the sound of our voices, you'll certainly want to come out and spend a wonderful summer evening with us here at the ballpark.
We've been to a lot of ballparks that are not, we've been on the road for a few different ballparks, and really, I have to say, it's not a bias. Ours is the most beautiful I've been to.
Well, there was a big to-do made this winter when a contestant on Jeopardy, who had been to ballparks all over the country, minor league parks all over the country, and was asked by John Trebek, "What's your favorite park?"
Alex.
Yeah, Alex. What did I say, John? Alex Trebek. What's your favorite park? And the response was the Arcata Ballpark. And his best experience was here watching the Humboldt Crabs. So we got national attention for something that we're all very much aware of. The men in blue are out at home plate. We see Tyson Fisher, third-year manager of the Humboldt Crabs, out waiting for his counterpart from the Crawdads. Tonight the Crabs are in their traditional uniforms, the white uniforms with the red numerals on the back. The visiting Crawdads have white trousers, and their jerseys are bright red with their numerals on the back. So that's a fashion statement for today. Now both managers are out talking with the 3 men in blue, shaking hands, and we're going to be ready to get this game underway fairly soon. We ought to point out that if there are children listening, we want to send out a little warning that there is going to be some fireworks after the 4th of July tonight at the ballpark. Bigfoot is expected to be here and to challenge Krusty the Krab to a race.
Oh, race. I thought maybe it was going to be wrestling, and that would be
no
kind of more interesting in a way.
Well, if you're prone to violence,
watch out for those sharp claws.
Yeah, right.
It's brute strength against razor sharp claws. Now that's an interesting.
We could sell that. Isn't that what's that kind of fighting that goes on these days? Cage fighting or whatever? I don't know.
2 go in, 1 comes out.
Yeah, there you go.
But now it's just going to be a foot race. Actually, it's 2 big feet. Yeah. I guess maybe the plural is Bigfoot. I don't know. Is Big Feet the plural?
I think Big Feet would be the plural of Bigfoot.
Bigfoots. Anyway, there's 2 different Bigfoots tonight.
Never gotten close enough to ask, but that is the big whoop-de-doo. But tomorrow, seriously, a very meaningful presentation prior to the game, and that's because tomorrow would have been, or is, the 100th birthday of the late Lou Bonamini, the founder and guiding light of the Humboldt Crabs for decades and decades. His gift to the city of Arcata has certainly been the Humboldt Crabs. So we're going to recognize Lou Bonamini tomorrow. Members of his family are going to be here for a special presentation, and all the fans who come into the ballpark, at least as long as it lasts, is going to get a free piece of birthday cake.
and all sorts of nice festivities tomorrow in honor of Lou.
So you might want to get here a little early. The 12:30 ball game festivities are going to start a little bit after noon, and of course the doors, or the gates I should say, will open at around 11:30. Crabs have won 4 in a row, so their record now is what, 16 and
10.
Okay.
They come in with a batting average 284 as a team against 217 for their opponents. They're out slugging their opponents 434 to 288. That's a big number right there.
Yeah, that's
That's a
huge.
big differential.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
but look at the home run differential.
And the home run differential is part of it because the Crabs have 21 home runs this season, have only allowed 9. And their team ERA coming in is 2.91 against 5.72 for their opponents. Now that includes some of the teams that aren't so good, and maybe if we subtracted out the not so good teams and just compared them to the best teams, obviously stats wouldn't be so impressive. But still, a good season for the Crabs so far.
Exactly.
We're right around the halfway point now, so
We are at the halfway point for sure.
say that if we're talking about the MVP halfway, it's James Outman is clearly the Crabs' best offensive player at this point.
My goodness, Outman has been sensational. I mean, I can't recall a player this far into the season hitting
448.
450 essentially.
Yeah, and he's slugging 583, and his on-base average is 535. So those are all spectacular numbers.
And he plays a pretty mean outfield
And
as
he
well.
does,
So.
yeah.
But let me give you the lineups for the visiting Walnut Creek Crawdads, as the public address announcer here at the ballpark is doing that, so we don't want to get too far behind. Leading off is the shortstop, Mickey Nunes. We were calling him Nunez last night. It's Nunes. Nunes at short. Batting second, the second baseman, Connor Casperson. Hitting third at third base, Alex Saruda. Batting cleanup, the center fielder, Wade Gilden. Batting fifth in right field, Trevor Greenland. Hitting sixth in left field, Michael Laguerre. Batting seventh and doing the catching, Marcos Valencia. Hitting eighth and serving as the designated hitter for tonight's game, Vincent Volpatti. Batting ninth at first base, Turner Lace, and on the mound, David Rajeski, and we'll give you a little more information about him in a few minutes. But now, let me turn it over to the professor, Benjamin Schaefer, to give you the lineups for our Humboldt Crabs.
Thank you, Hoke. David Hamilton at shortstop leads off, and Brian Pozos, the second baseman, bats second. James Outman in left field is batting third, and Jason Newman, the first baseman, will be the the cleanup hitter. Michael Perry will be the DH and bat fifth. Ryan Reynolds at third base bats sixth. Logan Denholm will be the catcher and bat seventh. Austin White in center field, as usual, will be the 8-hitter, and Mason Cirillo in right field bats ninth. And on the mound for the Crabs, it's Aaron Herr, who I would say is probably the Crabs' ace this year, although Jason Alexander has pitched well as well. So has Junior Davis. But Aaron Herr comes in with an ERA record of 3-1, 1.73 ERA, 26 innings pitched. He's given up 5 earned runs, walked 12, and struck out 19.
Well, he's going to be facing the guy that I would consider the ace of the Walnut Creek staff, and that is big 6'4" David Rajeski from Danville, California. Rajeski with a fine earned run average of 1.64. All right, let's go down to the field now for our national anthem. Lady who will be singing the national anthem is walking toward the mound. Shannon West, is it? Oh, wonderful. Okay. Very heartfelt rendition of our national anthem in a week that's been, to say the least, a very difficult one for our country. And Flag flying at half-mast, honoring individuals killed this week in Minnesota and Louisiana, and the massacre of police officers in Dallas, Texas. And it's just been, for folks who were old enough, you kind of think back to 1968 when the country seemed to be coming apart with riots, assassinations of Dr. King and Senator Kennedy, and the country was aflame. And this year we've seen some trends that are disheartening, to say the least. But it's wonderful to have a baseball game to come to, and the summer pastime is still, for many, the national pastime. I guess.
Absolutely.
I guess some people would say football has supplanted baseball for a lot
of
people. Hey, we got first pitches there by a couple of little ones out by the mound.
Are those junior giants?
No, they're too young to be junior giants, I think.
I didn't know you was an age. I didn't know there was a minimum age to be a junior. It is junior giants night at the ballpark tonight.
Well, I don't
know if there's a minimum age or not.
Yeah.
But I know it's junior giants night. I don't know what that means. I just know it's on the. I know it's a program where they train train children to play ball.
Yeah.
And root for the Giants, of course.
On the mound for the Crabs tonight, Aaron Herr. Did you give Aaron statistics already?
I did.
Okay.
But his number's not on. I'm shocked to find that his number is missing from the.
I am chagrined.
From the defense chart.
There we go. Number 18, Aaron Herr. And he'll be pitching to Logan Denholm. Denholm in the crouch behind home plate. Jason Newman at first base. Brian Pozos at second base. Brian Pozos laid down as perfect a bunt as I can remember seeing at this ballpark last night, and you missed it. You were off buying a hot dog or something, but it was
no. I was off getting you a soda.
Oh. Well, then
let's just be clear on why I missed it.
Then there was some purpose to your absence. We'll remove that demerit from his chart, would you? At third base will be Ryan Reynolds. Good to see Ryan in the lineup tonight. Ryan Reynolds at third. David Hamilton is the shortstop. And in the outfield, James Outman in left, Austin White, the center fielder, and Mason Cirillo in right field. All right, we're about ready to go. Leading off for the Walnut Creek Crawdads will be Mickey Nunes. Do we have a box score from last night?
Yes, we do, absolutely. Last night, Nunes was 1 for 4. I noticed the Crawdads, their uniforms just say Craw in the front. C-R-A-W.
The first pitch to him, a fastball inside, 1-0. Well,
maybe they couldn't afford all the letters.
It's an all-male team, so they didn't think you'd think they were the Craw Moms.
Maybe
they just assumed. A little assumption there on your part. Fastball right down the heart of the plate. The count even 1-1.
It should be pointed out that there have been 2 women now signed into professional baseball this year.
Isn't that great?
Yes.
Yeah. 1 ball and 1 strike. Herr's next pitch is popped in the air in foul territory. Catcher and third baseman coming in, and it's going to be the third baseman, Reynolds, who makes the catch. So Nunes pops to third, 1 gone. And that'll bring up the second baseman, Connor Casperson. Casperson, left-handed hitter.
1 for 4 in last night's game.
They got a lot of port side hitters on this team.
Mm-hmm.
Last night, the first 3 were all hitting from the left side. We'll see if that's true tonight. Herr's pitch is a fastball that rides high, 1 ball and no strikes. Reynolds about even with the bag at third. The rest of the infield is back. The next pitch is lined foul down the left field line over by the picnic area. Or the play area. Picnic area in right field, play area in left, although they have picnics in left as well. 1-1 the count. The pitch is grounded slowly to the second baseman. Up with it and throwing to first is Pozos for the second out.
Very well done.
Those can be difficult. It wasn't hit that hard, so he had to charge, get it in the glove, switch to the right hand, and fire to first baseman Newman for the second out. A to Z Eye Care having a picnic out in right field. good folks take care of my eyes. I always recommend to the umpires they go to A&Z Eye Care.
Really? Quick
Here's
exam.
Saruta, and he swings at the first pitch, and it's a high pop up down first base line in foul territory. Newman goes over under it, and quickly gone in the first inning are the Crawdads. 1, 2, 3, and at the end of half an inning, the Crawdads nothing, and the Crabs coming up. You're listening to Crabs Baseball, KGOE 1480, Arcadia, Eureka.
All right, welcome back to the ballpark. Thank you to California State and Federal Employees Credit Union, member NCUA at California State and Federal Employees Credit Union. They're all local, all Humboldt all the time. That's Humboldt's old CSFECU. Join them today. And the Madrid Brewing Company is proud to support Humboldt Crabs baseball. Steelhead Extra Pale Ale is always available on tap. So grab one at the ballpark during the game or join them in sunny Blue Lake for a beer and fish and chips or a burger in the beer garden. They are open every day.
On the mound for the Walnut Creek Crawdads, big 6'4" David Rajeski. It says his weight, he's listed as 205 pounds. He doesn't look that heavy to me. He looks like a tall.
He's pretty tall, though, so
lean,
that may be right.
Yeah, tall, lean drink of water. He is 0-1 on the season, but his earned run average is a very admirable 1.54. In 11 innings of pitching, he's given up 7 hits, 5 walks. He struck out 4. And he'll face David Hamilton, Brian Pozos, and James Outman.
David Hamilton has really settled into the leadoff spot. He has excellent numbers for a leadoff hitter, an on-base percentage of .400. He's batting .309. He's slugging .509, and he's playing a fine shortstop, really having a good season.
David, left-handed hitter, facing the right-hander Rajeski. And the first pitch to him is a fastball on the outside corner for a called strike one. It's Michael Cowan calling balls and strikes this evening. John Swanson at first base and Justin Islas at third. The 0-1 to Hamilton, that one's a fastball that is wide, 1 ball and 1 strike. We mentioned last night Hamilton, a rare individual who has stepped into a starting role for the Humboldt Crabs directly out of high school. I can't remember, well, I can remember the last one I remember doing that. It was now in the Crabs Hall of Fame. We were just discussing him before the broadcast with Tracy McCormick, and that is Adam Carr, who played for the Crabs for 3 seasons and went on to a professional career. Never quite made it to the majors, but quite a ball player, quite a slugger. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Hamilton. Fastball way outside, and the count even at 2. Infield back all the way around. These teams aren't able to scout each other, so the fielding configuration in the outfield is pretty similar for
That's why you
all
never
players.
see the shift in this
No.
in our games the way you do in the major leagues nowadays.
The 2-2 is pop foul behind us, so we'll do it again, 2 balls and 2 strikes. The infield configuration, of course, will depend on what's happening on the field. Are there base runners? How many outs are there? What are they trying to do? Game tied, late innings, whatever. But the outfield, pretty set. There are some differences in terms of the depth of the outfielders. Curveball, strike 3 call.
Oh, nice
Backdoor curveball got Hamilton 1 down. It'll bring up Brian Pozos. What's Pozos hitting this year?
253.
What's his
Last night,
on-base
he was 2
percentage?
for 5. His on-base is 345.
All right.
He's 2 for 5 with a run scored in last night's game.
Right-hander versus right-hander. One of those hits was the aforementioned bunt. The third baseman is in. Swing and a big cut. May have ticked it into the catcher's glove. Strike one. Third baseman Saruda remembering that bunt last night. Playing about even with the bag, almost on the inner lip of the infield grass. Now he backs up a step or two. Rajeski rocks into the windup and his 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss on a fastball. He's ahead 0-2 as Rajeski. Just underway. We're in the home half of the first inning and we're scoreless. Rajeski gets his sign from Valencia and the 0-2 offering. High and outside with a hard one. Fastball misses and it's 1-2. Not any breeze to speak of. All balls going over the wall will be bat powered. Swing and a miss on a fastball. 2 consecutive strikeouts for David Rajeski. 1 looking, 1 swinging, and that'll bring up James Outman.
0 for 4 in last night's game, but he's still batting .448. Slugging .583 and an on-baser of .535. Those all lead the club.
Outman wears number 8 on his back, left-handed hitter. And the pitch. Fastball strike called. Just under the letters. High strike, 0-1. Those were the pitches Outman was swinging at and missing last night. Strike pitches that were high, maybe out of the zone.
Yeah, like that one.
Like that one, yeah, but that was called a strike. Swing and a miss again, a high fastball. That was probably strike 2. Outman made it a swinging strike 2, and it's 0-2. So Rajeski 1 strike away from fanning the side here in the Crabs' first inning. Gets his sign from Valencia and the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So indeed, Rajeski strikes out the side, and at the end of an inning, we're scoreless. You're listening to Crabs Baseball, KGOE 1480, Arcadia, Eureka.
All right, welcome back to the ballpark. Thanks to Harper Ford. Harper Ford is proud to be one of America's oldest automobile dealerships, established in 1912. They're a true family business. They've been serving the North Coast for over 100 years. With every Crabs home run, they'll donate $50 to local Little League, so go Crabs, go.
Middle of the order for the Crawdads. In the top of the second inning, it'll be Wade Gilden, their left-handed hitting center fielder, to lead off.
Gilden in last night's game, 1 for 5.
Left-handed hitter facing the right-hander her, and the first pitch to him is right down the pike for a called strike 1. Both pitchers coming out throwing strikes. Her's 0-1. That one's lined into left field. It's a fair ball down the left field line. Rounding first and heading to second is Gilden. Picking it up is Outman. By the time he gets it back into the infield, Wade Gilden is standing on second base with a leadoff double. So an opposite field liner fair by, maybe 5 or 6 feet down the left field
It wasn't
line.
hit all that hard either. It just happened to be in no man's land.
Yeah. But it wasn't a looper. We're not talking Texas Leaguer. I mean,
No,
it
wasn't a rifle shot.
No. Here's Trevor Greenlee, right-handed hitting right fielder. He was in the number 9 slot last night, got himself a couple of base knocks, so he's moved up to the 5 slot for tonight's ball game. A look back at second base and comes to the plate. It's punched down the first base line. First baseman Newman under it and makes the catch for the first out. So an important out for Aaron Herr. No advance by Gilden. He's still at second base, and that'll bring up Michael Laguerre. Laguerre, right-handed hitter.
2 for 3 in last night's game with an RBI.
Runner in scoring position at second with 1 down here in the top of the second. Right-hander versus right-hander. Herr a glance back at second. And he comes to the plate. Called strike 1. Fastball 0-1. Perfect summer night for baseball, and folks still buying some tickets at the ticket window. Herr's 0-1 offering, and that's fouled back behind us. So Aaron Herr ahead, no balls and 2 strikes to Michael Laguerre. Wade Gilden, a leadoff double, stands at second base with 1 down. Herr, a long look into Denholm. Now he comes to the rest. And the pitch. That bounces at the plate, a good block by Denholm. And it counts 1-2. Herr is set. 1-2 offering. Ground ball to the shortstop. Up with it is Hamilton. His throw to first in time. No advance by Gilden. He's still at second base. And they're now 2 down. That'll bring up Marcos Valencia. Valencia, right-handed hitting catcher. What did he do last night, Benjamin?
0 for 4 with a run scored.
So Herr trying to work out of a leadoff double situation. Has kept the ball in the infield, and Gilden still anchored at second base, now with 2 down. Valencia, right-handed hitter facing the right-hander, Herr. Aaron at the set. Comes to the plate. Called strike, fastball 0-1. Herr is set. The pitch. Fly ball into short center field. White coming in on it, and he makes the catch for the 3rd out. So Valencia, a little soft liner that White takes care of, and the Crawdads are denied after that leadoff double. No runs, a hit, no errors, 1 left, and at the end of an inning and a half, we're scoreless. You're listening to Krabs Baseball, KGOE 1480, Arcadia Eureka. Huh? Wow, Tracy Mack, I'll tell you.
All right, welcome back to the ballpark. Thanks to the Lost Coast Brewery. Take a brewery tour at Lost Coast's huge $27 million bottling facility, where you can find T-shirts, sweatshirts, hats, bottle opener stickers, and, of course, beer. Kids are welcome. Tour schedule is Friday through Sunday between 12 and 4 p.m. at 1600 Sunset in Eureka.
Got to be careful how you read that ad, you know. Talk about beer and then kids are welcome.
Kids are welcome.
Yeah, come on, suds it up. Rajeski struck out the side in the Crabs' first inning. He'll face the middle of the Crabs' order, starting with Jason Newman, who has been rather hot of late.
Yeah. 3 for 4 last night with an RBI.
What's Jason hitting now?
He is hitting .326, slugging .516, and a .430 on-base percentage.
Impressive numbers for the big right-hander. Waves the bat back and forth, and the first pitch to him is taken high and inside, 1-0. Newman will be followed by Michael Perry, who's tied with him in runs batted in, I do believe, and home runs. And then Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, Perry and Newman both lead with 20.
I think Ryan
and both
Reynolds
have 4 home runs.
Reynolds hit a home run the last game we saw him in. A swing and a miss. Pitch on the inside part of the plate, and the count is even at a ball and a strike.
Reynolds has 2.
So some power numbers for the Crabs here in the home half of the second. Right-hander versus right-hander. Rajeski rocks into the wind, and the 1-1 pitch. High inside, 2-1. Two balls and a strike now to Jason Newman. And the pitch. Ooh, almost hit him. That was close. Well, he's come inside 3 times, but that one was real inside.
That almost hit him on the head.
Yeah, Jason just got out of the way. Takes the helmet off and adjusts it, understandably. Hitters count 3-1. I don't know if it's a count you can dig in on after those 3 pitches. The 3-1 pitch. Misses outside and low, ball 4. So Newman draws a free pass. The Crabs have their first base run into the ball game, and that'll bring up designated hitter Michael Perry.
Batting .306, slugging .597. Actually, he has passed Outman in slugging now. I didn't realize that. He also has a .362 on base percentage.
Rajeski now for the first time working from the stretch. The pitch to Perry. Fastball taken for a strike. 2 things Perry doesn't do much of. He doesn't strike out a lot. He doesn't walk a lot.
He doesn't walk a lot. He puts the ball in play.
Exactly.
He's walked 3 times and struck out 4 times this season.
0-1 the count now to Perry. Lace holds Newman on at first. The pitch. Outside with a fastball, 1-1. Early in the ball game, we're only in the bottom of the second inning, but thus far, both pitchers have heavily relied on the number 1. Throwing the fastball. Newman leads from first. The 1-1 to Perry. Inside corner for a called strike 2. Umpires in the stands disagreed with that one.
What are you doing out there?
Well, so much for not having yelled at him. This is different guys.
1-2 the count to Perry.
Oh, I thought you were talking.
Rajeski is set. The 1-2 pitch. High and wide with a fastball, 2-2.
How come that one's not a strike, ump?
Turner Lace, the first baseman. Connor Casperson at second, Mickey Nunes at short, and Alex Saruda at third base. The outfield, Lagier, Gilden, and Greenlee from left to right. Valencia flashes the sign out to Rajeski, and his 2-2 pitch. That one's in the dirt. That was a breaking ball, and now the count is full. Newman generally not a base-stealing threat. Let's see if they're going to let him turn him loose on this full count pitch to Michael Perry. Perry, again, we said, doesn't strike out a lot, so he's the kind of guy you can often depend on to put the ball in play.
He has never attempted to steal a base.
He's not going, and the pitch is grounded to the second baseman. He high hop, and it bounds over his head. Newman rounds second. He's going to third, and he'll be in there. And I think that's going to be a bad hop single. I don't know if you can blame the second baseman on that. That thing took a wicked hop.
I haven't called it anything yet. I'm deliberating.
All right. Official score, we're waiting on that, but the Crabs now with runners at first and third. That looked like a tailor-made for two double play ball. I was about to say maybe he wished he had sent the runner because that looked like two for sure, but it took a wicked hop. They're going to give him an error, I guess. All right. E4, is that the call?
Yeah, E4.
All right, they're going to call it an error. So Perry at first on the second baseman's error. Boy, it's a tough one to take. And that'll bring up Ryan Reynolds. Ryan hitting from the left side against the right-hander Rajeski. I think Reynolds is our only switch hitter this season.
You may be right. Comes in at 234.
Pitches high with a fastball, 1-0. So a walk and an error, and Rajeski in some trouble with nobody out here in the bottom of the second. He hasn't given up a hit, but he's in danger of giving up a run. Working from the stretch. The pitch. Line foul off to the left. A ball and a strike now to Ryan Reynolds. Takes a look down at third base coach Tim Wheeler. And Tim's probably letting him know what Michael Perry's going to do at first base. Perry's got decent speed. Rajeski, a long look into Valencia. Now he comes to the set. The 1-1 pitch. Fouled straight back. Nobody was moving. So it's 1-2. Well, we mentioned Rajeski struck out the side in the first inning. From his standpoint, this would be an ideal time to pick up strikeout number 4 and freeze those Crab runners at first and third.
Perry has 2 stolen bases in 3 tries.
A ball and 2 strikes to Ryan Reynolds. Rajeski kicks and deals. Ground ball over the mound. That's going to get a run in. Shortstop's got it, and his only play is going to be to first to get Reynolds. So credit Ryan with an RBI, and the Crabs lead 1-0 as Newman comes in to score. Perry moves over to second. Now the Crabs have a runner at second, 1 down, and a run in. Reynolds gets congratulations as he goes back to the dugout. And here is Logan Denholm, right-handed hitting catcher. Denholm did not play in last night's ball game. Right-handed hitting catcher.
12 hits and 66 at-bats.
Rajeski, a look back at second. Comes to the plate. Denholm hits a high fly ball into right center field. Right fielder coming in. Catcher, second baseman going out, and the right fielder makes the catch. And that was close to a collision between the second baseman, Casperson, and right fielder Greenlee. Greenlee was able to corral it and Casperson get out of his way. So Denholm flies to shallow right field, 2 down. Perry stays at second, and that'll bring up right-handed hitting Austin White.
White had a hit in last night's game, also drove in a run and scored a run. Comes in batting 240.
Perry takes his lead at second base. The pitch to White is grounded down to the second baseman, and this time the hop is a convenient one as he throws to first to record the third out. However, the Crabs come up with a run on no hits. There was an error and 1 left, and at the end of 2 innings, it's the Crabs 1 and the Crawdads nothing. You listen to Crabs Baseball, KGOE 1480, Arcadia, Eureka. We've had a scoring change in the Crabs' second inning. A ball hit by Michael Perry that was initially ruled an error, that has been changed to a base hit. So take the error away from the second baseman Casperson and put a hit in Michael Perry's column. And I must say I agree with that scoring decision because it was just a wicked.
It did take a wicked hop, yeah.
That bounced over his head. He got a glove on it, but
it also makes it easier. I don't calculate whether it was a earned or unearned run either.
Well, Michael Perry doesn't need the help in terms of average, but I think he deserved the hit. All right, here we go. Top of the third inning, Vincent Volpatti, the designated hitter, stands in. Volpatti, right-handed hitter, and the first pitch is grounded down to the second baseman. Pozos has got it on a nice hop. 1 pitch, 1 out in the Crawdads' third inning.
Now batting number 30, first baseman from Paradise Valley College, Turner Lace.
That'll bring up Turner Lace.
Oh, was it Lace? I thought it was Case all this time.
Lace.
He didn't play in last night's game.
Was that song by Stevie Nicks and Don Henley? Leather and Lace.
Yeah, I don't like that.
The Lace at first base puts the leather to the ball quite obviously. The first pitch to him is a fastball for a strike 0-1. Lace, the number 9 hitter in the order, and then we go to the top of the order in Nicky Nunes.
Really a big fan of the duet myself.
Fastball inside, 1-1. You don't like duets?
Not particularly, no.
Okay.
I like a medley.
1. I like pistachio ice cream, but I don't know what that has to do with duets.
They're both variations on singing a song straight.
Yeah, okay. Work your way out of that one. 2-1 pitches banged into center field. Backing up on it is White, and he gloves it in front of the warning track for the second out. So Lace got pretty good wood on it, but it's an out in center, 2 down, and now we go to the top of the order and Mickey Nunes. We were calling him Nunez last night. It's Nunes. Nunes. No tilde, no Z. The Crawdads have 1 base hit on the evening. Crabs have 1 base hit on the evening. First pitch is a fastball just a bit inside. 1-0 the count to Nunes. Popped to third in his first at bat, and he takes a pitch over the plate but low. 2 balls and no strikes. Here's pitch. Grounded foul at the plate. 2 balls and 1 strike to Nunes. Herr has an interesting delivery.
Yeah, he peeks over his shoulder when he delivers the ball almost. He leans way back, kind of back, and then.
Inside corner, nice pitch. It's 2-2. He painted the black on the inside to the left-handed hitting Nunes. The 2-2 pitch. Lined into right field. That's going to be in there for a base hit, and it's going to go to the wall. Right fielder over to get it is Cirillo. His throw in, not going to be in time. Sliding into second base with a double is Nunes. A 2-out, 2-bagger. So the tying run on at second with 2 gone, and here is Connor Casperson, who grounded out to his counterpart, Brian Pozos, in the first inning.
2 hits, both doubles now for the Crawdads.
They couldn't cash in a leadoff double in the second. Let's see what they can do with a 2-out double here in the third. Left-handed hitting, Casperson at the bat. And Herr comes to the plate, and Casperson takes a called ball just a bit outside. Looked like the ump was about to raid his arm. 1-0 the count now to Casperson. From the set and the pitch. Fouled back onto the screen. A ball and a strike. At the set. Herr looks back at second. Comes to the plate. Just a bit low. 2-1. Her set now. The 2-1. Fouled off. He took something off of that one and had Casperson out in front on his change, and the count now 2-2. Not saying this in the way of criticism or anything, but observation, but I think this team has the players with the slighter builds than anyone else we've seen. The shorter and thinner. 2-2. And the pitch. High with a breaking ball, 3-2. If anyone doubts the ability of smaller players to play the game successfully, you haven't checked Mr. Altuve's numbers with the Houston Astros. One of the smaller major leaguers. Big average. All right, payoff pitch now. Here it comes. Casperson, high fly ball in foul territory down the left field line. Third baseman and shortstop over, and it'll be the third baseman Reynolds who gloves it for the third out. So Casperson, a foul out to third, and at the end of 2.5, it's still the Crabs 1 and the Crawdads nothing. You listen to Crabs Baseball, KGOE 1480, Arcadia, Eureka.
Alexander, Benji, Braden, and Shaman.
Thanks to the Alibi, now 2 locations open on the Arcata Plaza to serve you with large breakfast menu and weekend specials with pub food, local microbrews, chicken wings, live music, and their breakfast menu is even better. So good, it's Crabs Board member approved. When the Crabs play, beer is $1 off. That's the Alibi on the Plaza in Arcata.
All right, heading into the home half of the third. David Rajewski's got to be a little disappointed. He's trailing 1-0, and he hadn't given up a hit. But
he's given up
he did hit. That's right. That error was changed to a hit. So it is an earned run. And it's all his fault. Okay.
It's all his fault. That's right. Now it goes against his ERA.
Yeah, what a rotten guy these scorers are. Always hurting. The line drive just past the first baseman by Cirillo down the right field line. Over to get it is the right fielder Greenlee. Cirillo motoring towards second. The throw in, and he is safe.
Oh, just safe. Nice throw.
A very close play as a fine throw by Greenlee from right field. As it was hit just down the line, just past the outstretched glove of first baseman Turner Lace. So Cirillo, first pitch swinging, lines a double, and the Crabs with a runner at second and nobody out. Here's David Hamilton, who was caught looking at a wicked curveball to start the Crabs batting in the first inning. Hamilton, left-handed hitter, third baseman. Saruda wondering about the possibility of a bunt in this situation. Hamilton is not. He takes a fastball high, no indication that he was bunting. One and 0 to David Hamilton. He and Ryan Reynolds heading to the University of Texas in the fall to begin their collegiate careers. The 1-0 pitch. Hamilton lines it into left field. That's going to be a base hit. Left fielder up with it, holding at third base is Cirillo, and now the Crabs with runners at the corners and nobody out. So a solid opposite field single by Hamilton. And with nobody out, Pozo's coming to the bat with runners at the corners. Hamilton with good speed at first base. Third baseman Saruta even with the bag. The rest of the infield's back, so a ground ball up the middle will get a run home. Possibly also result in a double play. The runner goes. The pitch is taken. The throw down to second base, and he is out. A great throw by the catcher, Valencia, to cut down Hamilton, trying to steal second. Boy, and it had to be a perfect throw. It was a bang-bang play at second base. So a big out for the Crawdads. Now there's one out and a runner at third, and the count a 1 to Brian Pozos.
That's the first time Hamilton's been caught. He was 5 for 5 until that attempt.
Fastball high and tight, 2-0. Well, again, don't you think it took pretty much a perfect throw to get him?
Throw was right on the money.
Right there.
Infield all the way in now.
Good point. It pulled all the way in to try and stop Cirillo from touching home plate. The 2-0 to Pozos. Brian hits a fly ball to deep left center field. Center fielder going back to the warning track, reaches up and makes the catch, and trotting home for the second run for the Crabs is Mason Cirillo on a sacrifice fly by Pozos. So Brian does his job, sends it to the deepest part of the ballpark, and it's a 2-0 ball game. 2 down now, base is empty, and here is James Outman. And the pitch to James is a breaking ball that misses low, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. Fastball, swing and a miss, 1-1. The first baseman, Lace, is in shadow. The rest of the infield and the 3 outfielders still in bright sunlight. What a difference from yesterday. The 1-1 pitch. Way outside with a fastball, 2-1. So the Crabs cash in the leadoff double by Cirillo. Pozos with a sacrifice fly to make it a 2-0 ball game. The 2-1 pitch to Outman. Strike called outside corner just above the belt, and it's 2-2.
That's like a foot outside, huh? Baffled by your strike zone.
2-2 the count to Outman. And the pitch. That one's high and wide. 3-2.
Good call,
3 balls and 2 strikes now to Outman. Cleanup hitter Jason Newman in the on-deck area. Rajeski's payoff pitch. Ball 4, down low. So a 2-out walk for Outman. And that'll bring up Jason Newman, who walked to lead off the second inning and came around to score the first of 2 runs that the Crabs have on the scoreboard. Newman, big right-handed hitter. Rajeski gets his sign from Valencia. At the belt. The pitch. Fastball low and away. Outman's done fairly well on the bases, hasn't he, Benjamin?
5 out of 8 in stolen bases.
All right, not great.
Not great. Crabs as a team are now 30 out of 41.
A ball and no strikes to Newman. Outman takes his lead at first. He bluffs going. The pitch gets away from the catcher, and now Outman will move to second on that pass ball.
Yep.
2 balls and no strikes now to Newman.
There you go.
And the catcher Valencia may have been crossed up on that pitch. He immediately goes out and has a word with Rajeski. Make sure that they're on the same page.
Junior Giants in the ballpark tonight. The Junior Giants are here.
2-0 to Newman. You have some Junior Giants in attendance to tonight's ball game. Giants winners again this afternoon. The 2-0. Ground ball right back to the pitcher. He snares it, and the easy toss to first to retire Newman and the Crabs in the 3rd inning. However, they come up with a run on 1 hit, 2 hits, and there were no errors and 1 left. And at the end of 3 complete now, it's the Crabs 2 and the Crawdads nothing. You're listening to Crabs Baseball, KGOE 1480, Arcata, Eureka. Oh, geez, I forgot to tell you, I brought cherries. I got cherries, organic cherries from the co-op. Delicious. Go for it. And there's a little cup there you can put hits in. Welcome back to the ballpark. Top of the 4th inning, it'll be the heart of the order for the Crawdads. Alex Serrata, Wade Gilman, and Trevor Greenland. 3, 4, and 5 hitters. To face Aaron Herr, who's surrendered but 2 base knocks and no runs through 3 innings. Right-hander versus right-hander, and the pitch is taken high, shows bunt, and lets the fastball go by 1-0. Saruta popped the first baseman Newman to end the 1st inning. Fastball drives him off the plate, and it's 2-0. First 2-0 delivery. Over the plate but high, 3 balls and no strikes. Nothing Crabs here in the top of the 4th. Crabs won last night's ball game. By an 8-3 score. Here's the 3-0 pitch. That's right down the pipe. 3-1. Corner at the belt, and the count is full, 3-2.
Good call, huh?
Runner gets the sign for Denholm. And the payoff pitch. Got him looking. Fastball outside corner. Saruta took a step toward first base, and instead will take a step toward the dugout. That's the first strikeout of the ball game for her. 1 down in the top of the 4th.
Actually, you were off mic all that time, I'm afraid.
I was off mic.
Yes.
You were off feeding your face, and the fans.
What's
didn't
that
know
got to do
what
with me?
Oh, well, I don't know. Alex Saruta just struck out on a 3-2 pitch, called third strike. And that'll bring up Wade Gilden, who takes a strike. Fastball in the outside corner, 0-1. So Saruta, the first strikeout victim of the night for Aaron Herr, after falling behind 3-0. That pitch is just a bit inside to the left-handed hitting Gilden. The count even at a ball and a strike. The 1-1 pitch. Ground ball foul by the first base coach, who does a little dance to get out of the way of that one. And the count is 1-2. Thank you. Herr's 1-2 pitch. Ground ball just foul again outside of first base. Gilden has one of the two base knocks for the Crawdads. Both of their hits have been two-baggers. He had a two-bagger to lead off the second inning and was stranded there. Never got even to third. Line drive on one hop to the first baseman Newman. He'll take it to the bag himself. 2 down. So Gilden hits it sharply. The one hopper is fielded by Newman, who easily beats him to the bag. And with 2 gone, it'll bring up right fielder Trevor Greenlee. Greenlee popped out to Newman. Right-hander versus right-hander. And the pitch is grounded just fair down the third base line. It goes into left field. Rounding first, Greenlee will head to second. Here comes the throw to second base, and he is in the... What did they call him?
Safe.
I think they called him out.
No, they called him safe.
They called him safe? Well, he was safe. No, he was safe.
They called him safe.
He was safe.
Come on up.
That was a double for Greenlee. A good throw by Outman to second base to almost get him. But I had a good look at it, and he was safe. Benjamin, of course, disputes the umpires, but... Here's Laguerre. Laguerre at the belt, or Herr at the belt. The pitch to Laguerre, and he takes a breaking ball wide, 1-0. So all 3 hits off the bats of the Walnut Creek Crawdads have been of the 2-base variety. A couple of 2-out doubles and 1 leadoff double. That curveball is taken for a strike, and the count even at a ball and a strike. Crabs leading 2-0 here in the top of the 4th inning. Crawdads a runner at second with 2 gone. Herr's pitch to Laguerre is a fastball that misses wide, 2-1. Herr's 2-1 pitch. Just misses wide. 3 balls and a strike. So a hitter's count for Laguerre. Herr reads Denholm. Comes to the rest and the pitch. Breaking ball misses wide. Laguerre was tempted but let ball 4 go by. That's the first free pass issued tonight by Aaron Herr. And it'll bring up Marcos Valencia, the right-handed hitting catcher who flew out to Austin White in center field to end the second inning.
Now batting number 33, catcher Marcos Valencia.
So the Crawdads with runners at first and second and 2 outs, trying to cut into that 2-0 Crab lead. Valencia, big right-handed hitter, one of the taller and bulkier Crawdads. The pitch to him, swing and a miss, strike 1. Bigfoot has entered the stadium. A couple of big feet. I'm not sure those are costumes. This could be the real thing.
There's Bobo
I think you'll be able to see him on your camera if you're watching this one, just behind home plate. All right, back to the ballgame. Time is called. Players distracted by Bigfoot. No balls and a strike now to Valencia. Runners take their leads at first and second. Herr comes to the rest. The 0-1 pitch. Down low, 1-1. A ball and a strike to Marcos Valencia. Herr at the belt. The 1-1 pitch. Ground ball up the middle. A great stop by Hernandez. Throw to second base, not in time. Everyone's safe. Now the runner's coming to the plate, and they got him dead to rights. He's in a rundown. He's tagged out for the third out. What an incredible play by the shortstop Hamilton, as he got a ball that looked like it was certainly to go into center field and knock in a run. He got it. He flipped to second base too late to get the runner from first going down, but then the runner rounding third decided to come in. They threw home, and they had him out by plenty, and after a rundown, he was tagged out. So credit Valencia with a base hit. He got a single, but Greenlee cut down at the plate to end the inning. So for the Crawdads in the fourth inning, no runs. There were 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left. And at the end of 3.5, it's still the Crabs 1 and the Crawdads nothing. You listen to Crabs Baseball, KGOE 1480, Arcadia Rica.
Fielder's choice.
No, it's not a fielder's choice. It's a hit.
Why?
Why? Because they didn't get anybody out. He didn't get anybody out at second base.
So, you got him out at home.
That was a continuation play. It had nothing to do with the batter. It's a base hit for the batter.
Okay.
God, you're so mean to these batters. There have been suits filed. They haven't come to fruition yet. It's like Donald Trump's taxes. It takes a decade or 2 before these things. You'd be happy to share them with us, but it's in litigation.
I guess.
Seconds.
Guy hits a home run. They didn't get the out at second, is it? All right, back on the air here. We're arguing about that last call. Michael Perry to lead it off for the Crabs at the bottom of the fourth. He'll be followed by Ryan Reynolds and Logan Denholm to face David Rajewski, who struck out the first 3 batters he faced and hasn't fanned anybody since. Right-hander versus right-hander, and the first pitch is taken for a called strike 1. Crabs have been doing a lot of first pitch swinging, as have the Crawdads this evening. Perry had that ball that bounced over the second baseman Casperson's head, initially ruled an error. It was later changed to a base hit. Fastball high and tight, and the count 1-1 to Michael Perry. Perry, Reynolds, and Denholm in the Crabs' fourth, leading 2-0. That pitch bounces at the plate. 2 balls and a strike to Perry. The pitcher is pitching still just in the sunlight, and he's throwing to a batter in the shade. Shade now covering almost, from about midway between first and second base and home plate. There's a ground ball to the second baseman. Convenient hop there for Casperson, and there's 1 out. Perry grounds out second to first, and that'll bring up Ryan Reynolds. Reynolds 0 for 1 on the evening. He grounded out short to first. Ryan hitting from the port side with the right-hander Rajewski on the mound. And he takes the first pitch just outside, 1-0. The 1-0 to Reynolds. Strike called, outside corner at the knees, 1-1. Boy, I guess. 1-1 to Ryan Reynolds. Big right-hander comes to the plate. Ryan swings and fouls it off to the left, out of play. So Rajeski now ahead on the count, a ball and 2 strikes. Rajeski kicks and deals. Way outside and high with a fastball. 2-2 now to Reynolds. Crabs have actually been out hit 4-3. But they lead 2-0. And the 2-2 pitch. Reynolds just gets a piece of it to stay alive. Fouls it at the plate, so we'll do it again. Well, Bigfoot has come and gone, but I don't think he's left the ballpark. I understand there was going to be some kind of competition between the Big Feet and Krusty the Krabs. We'll wait to see. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Oh, way outside. Breaking ball didn't, and the count goes full. Rajeski has fanned 3. He has walked 1. The payoff pitch to Reynolds. Swing and a miss. He's down on strikes. 2 gone in the Crabs' 4th. And that'll bring up Logan Denholm, who flew out to right fielder Greenlee in the 2nd inning. Logan, right-handed hitter. Right-hander versus right-hander. And the pitch. High and tight with a fastball, 1-0. We had some of the youngest Crabs camps going this week, but the 8 to 14-year-olds start next week. Fouled behind us. So if you want some information about Crabs camps, just go to the Crabs website and you'll see a place where you can check it out. Now here's Krusty the Krab entering the ballpark. He looks much smaller than the Big Feet who were here earlier, but he's looking pretty cool, doing the walk, doing the moonwalk. Fly ball down the right field line is going to be foul. So a long strike. The count, 1 ball and 2 strikes to Denholm. Krusty doing his crab dance. Oh, yeah. A ball and 2 strikes now to Denholm. And the pitch. Curveball just a bit inside, 2-2. Gorgeous, gorgeous summer night for baseball. Hope you'll be here tomorrow for the finale at 12:30. Ground ball, diving stop by the third baseman. He picks it up and throws to first. What a fine play by Saruta to deny Denholm a base hit. For the Crabs, go in order in the 4th inning, nothing across. And at the end of 4 complete, it's still the Crabs 2 and the Crawdads nothing. You listen to Crabs Baseball, KGOE 1480, Arcadia, Eureka. Supposed to announce the next inning, but you know the rule. Miss a batter, 2-inning penalty.
Oh, Just in the
Oh, here, yeah, he heard me, huh? The Eureka Rubber Stamp Company has been in business in Humboldt County since 1954. Locally owned and operated, manufacturing rubber stamps, engravings, vinyl signs, lanyards, novelty items, stencils, and more. New memorial rocks are now in stock. They're located at 520 F Street in Eureka. Business hours from 8:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday. That's Eureka Rubber Stamp. All right, heading into the top of the fifth inning, the Crabs with a 2-0 lead. Aaron Herr out for his fifth inning of work. He has shut down the Crawdads on 4 hits. And now for all the action, everybody's favorite professor, our own fountain of youth, Benjamin Schaefer.
Thanks, Hoke. Are you saying I'm immature?
Say what?
Are you saying I'm immature?
No, I wouldn't. Well, I might say that, but I didn't.
Here's Patty to lead it off. Grounded to second in his first at bat. And the pitch. He shows bunt and takes a fastball in the outside corner.
What's that sign that says growing old is mandatory, growing up is optional?
Yes.
Yeah. Say no more.
0-1 the count. Here's the pitch. There's a fastball in exactly the same spot, and it's 0-2. No runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Crawdads. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Crabs. Top of the fifth inning. This game moving right along. 5 innings in a little over an hour. The next pitch is a swing and a miss. There's the slider. Boy, that was a nasty pitch. And Patty reaching for it, couldn't get to it. That is the second strikeout for, looks like the second strikeout for Aaron Herr. With 1 away, here's Lace. Flied to center in his first at bat. Herr deals a fastball in the dirt and also way outside. One ball, no strikes the count. And the pitch. The 1-0 is tapped down to third, but it's going to bounce foul. So a ball and a strike now the count. The 1-1. Slowly hit out to shortstop. Coming in on is Hamilton. Throw to first. He got him. 2 away. Back to the top of the order. Here's Nunes.
Number 29, Mickey
Nunes. Fouled out to third base and then doubled in his second at bat. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses inside. I passed Krusty as I was down on the field level. Next pitch misses inside. 2-0 is down in the stands. So Krusty is here, ready for his challenge against Bigfoot. 2-0 pitch. Hammered down the right field line. That is going to be a fair ball. It's going to go into the corner. Nunes cruising around second, and he'll be in the second easily with his second double of the evening.
Now batting number 17, Connor Casperson.
Here's Connor Casperson, 0 for 2. Nunes out at second. Herr looks out at second and deals. Fastball looped into left field. That is going to drop for a base hit. They're going to wave the runner around third to come in, and then Outman can't hang on. The runner's going to second, and Outman throws it over the second baseman's head. Throw back to second, not in time. They almost got Casperson overrunning second base. No error on the play. I don't think Outman would have had a play at home anyway. So Casperson a single, and he goes to second on the throw. Nunez comes in to score to make it 2-1 in favor of the Crabs. Here's Saruta, fouled to third, fouled to first, and caught looking. Tying run out at second, 2 away. Here's the pitch. Ooh, and that's a beauty in there on the outside corner. A breaking pitch for a called strike. Got a right-hander warming, 2 right-handers warming in the Crawdads bullpen. Crabs bullpen is quiet. And the pitch. There's a slider and it bounces in front of Denholm, and that's going to allow the runner to go to third on the wild pitch.
Benjamin?
Yes.
I think there was an error on the previous play.
That allowed the runner to go to second?
Yeah. If
I was thinking he goes second on the throw.
No, but if he doesn't bobble the ball, he's not going to second base.
Yeah, you
and
may
the
be
throw
right.
was to second, not home.
Yeah, you may be right, yeah.
I think it was an error.
All right. Yep, makes sense. Seemed like there had to be an error in there somewhere. Next pitch is down low. It's 1-0. So an error on Outman. The run's still earned, but Casperson now. Over at third, and there's a swing and a miss. Godwin chased the slider, and that'll end the inning. There was a run on 2 hits. There was an error and a runner left, and at the end of 4.5, it's 2-1 in favor of the Crabs. This is Crabs baseball, 1480 KGOE. All right, back to the ballpark. It'll be White, Cirillo, and Hamilton for the Crabs. Leading 2-1. 1 run, 6 hits, no errors for the Crawdads. 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error for the Crabs. Here's White, grounded to second in his first at bat. And the first pitch is a high fastball inside. 1-0 count. Everybody but the left fielder now in shadow. Here's the pitch. And there's a high hopper out to shortstop. He's in on it. Throw to first. And White is retired. One out. Here's Mason Cirillo. Doubled and scored a run in the third. David Rajeski out for his 5th inning of work for the Crawdads. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. A big cut there from Cirillo. It's 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Fastball on the outside corner. It's 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch way outside. A ball and 2 strikes the count. 1 out, nobody on. Bottom of the 5th, Crabs leading by 1. And the pitch. Fouled out of play. One-two pitch. Lined at the third baseman for out number 2. Nice play by Alex Cerruta.
Now batting number 34, David Hamilton.
Falling to his left to field that one on the line. Here's David Hamilton. He's 1 for 2. Fastball's down low.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a song that.
Next pitch is misses high and outside. 2-0 now to Hamilton. And the pitch. Outside again and high. 3-0. Three-0 pitch. Oh, almost hit him on the foot. And that is very obviously ball 4. And Hamilton will go down to first. Those were 4 pitches, none of which were even close, remotely close to the strike zone. So I don't know what's going on with Rajeski, but he may be getting tired. I don't know. They've got a right-hander warming in the bullpen. Those, like I said, those pitches were just not close at all. So Hamilton over at first. He was caught stealing back in the 3rd inning. Pozos will be the hitter. Pozos has struck out and has a sacrifice fly. Hamilton bluffs going, and the pitch is taken for a strike at the knees. 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Down and away, 1-1. Here's the 1-1. Tap foul past the third base coaching box. So a ball and 2 strikes now to Pozos. Hamilton over at first. Pozos getting the signs. Is that Wheeler over at third? Who's the third base? Oh, I don't know who third base coach is. Anyway. Oh, Flannery. Wheeler, that's what I thought. Right, okay. 1-2 the count. Misses inside. 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Hamilton out at first with 2 away. Crabs leading 2-1. And the pitch. High hopper to third. Long throw to first is in time to get the runner. Crabs, no runs, a hit, no runs, no hits, no errors, a runner left, and at the end of 5, they're up 2-1. This is Crabs Baseball, 1480 KGOE. All right, welcome back to the ballpark. It'll be the top of the 6th inning. It'll be Goulden, Greenlee, and Laguerre for the Crawdads, with the Crabs leading 2-1. A good ball game at Arcata Ballpark tonight. Well played all the way around. 1 run, 6 hits, no errors for the Crawdads. 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error for the Crabs. Aaron Herr is out for his 6th inning of work. So here's Wade Goulden. He has doubled and grounded out to the first baseman unassisted. Herr winds and comes home with a fastball away. One another count. The next pitch is hammered foul out on F Street. Boy, he got hold of that one, but pulled it well foul. 1-1.
I just saw something interesting.
Yes.
Saw a man go to the ticket booth, pull out his wallet, and buy a ticket, and come into the park.
In the 6th inning.
Top of the 6th inning.
All
How
right.
about that?
1-1 the count. Down low, 2-1. I'm surprised they charged him.
Yeah, well, they did. No freebies here.
2-1 pitch. Foul tipped. And the count 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Herr with a long look in. Now he's ready. Here's the pitch. Breaking pitch hit foul over towards the Crawdads dugout. Count remains 2-2 to Goulden.
It's good wrap up, I guess. The concept. I just like
Here's the 2-2 from Herr. There's a breaking pitch and line on hands, and he fouls it away again.
You know, we have a lot of great artists here in Humboldt County, and we could use one now to paint that scene looking out toward
It's a beautiful
left
night.
center field. Just gorgeous.
Sky clearing, just the clouds to the east now. Western horizon clear. Ballpark completely in shadow. Lights coming on. 2-2 pitch. Line foul. Again, that's a great at bat by Goulden. He's fouled off, what, 4 or 5 pitches now?
Yeah.
Her from the belt. Now he's ready. Here's the 2-2, and that one, I think, hit him on the foot, didn't it?
Yep.
Yep, he's going to head down to first. So a long at bat by Goulden, and he ends up getting hit by a pitch. And he's aboard. He's the tying run with nobody out here in the top of the 6th. Here's Greenlee, the right fielder. Greenlee has popped to first and doubled. All right, Goulden takes his lead. Herr looks over at first. Now he sets and comes home with a breaking pitch that misses inside. See if Goulden goes or if he's yellow. Get it? Yellow, Goulden.
Yeah.
Thank you.
They called it yellow.
Yellow, Goulden mustard.
That would be a cold play.
Oh, boy. Okay. Want to know the count. He's going. The pitch is lined into shallow center field. It's going to drop. Goulden will cruise around to third as White has a little trouble coming up with it, but he probably would have made it to third anyway. So, nice hit and run by the Crawdads. This is the second time in 2 nights they've pulled that off. Now they have runners on the corners with nobody out and a chance for a big inning here. Trailing 2-1, the tying run 90 feet away.
And a right-hander bearing down in the Crabs bullpen, and there goes Eric Ciccone out to have a word with her.
Come on back tomorrow night for Lou Bong Mini Day. We're going to celebrate his 100th belated birthday with the Von Mini family and cake. Game starts at 12:30.
So as
It's a rather long conversation. The umpire finally now heading out to the mound to break it up. No, I guess he's not. He's got to give him plenty of time.
Ciccone also given the right-hander in the bullpen a little more time to get ready.
This is an inordinately long meeting, though. That usually umpires don't let it go on that long. All right. Well, surely that was to waste time. I'm assuming. Here's Laguerre. Goulden at third, Greenlee at first. Nobody out. Aaron Herr in some trouble. Could certainly use a strikeout here. And the pitch. Popped high in the air, foul territory on the right side. Newman by the bag, has it. That's a big out right there. One away. So first pitch swinging. Laguerre fouls out to first base. Here's Marcos Valencia. Fly to center and singled. Two to one in favor of the Crabs. Tying run over at third. Greenlee over at first.
Valencia had that single that looked like it was going to score Greenlee, but Hamilton made an incredible stop on the ball to prevent it from going to the outfield, and then when Greenlee tried to come home, he was thrown out by a mile.
Here's the pitch. Breaking pitch, swung on and missed. Good pitch. Had him way out in front. 0-1 the count. The 0-1 fastball, throw back on the runner at first, and they got him. A nice play. Logan Denholm picks off Greenlee over at first, and that's huge.
Wow.
Right on the money, no doubt about it.
Well, we've seen crab catchers do that this season.
They've
Nick
been
Warren's
throwing
done
behind
it,
the runners a
and
lot,
Denholm,
yeah.
boy, that was a perfect peg. Heads up
Yeah.
play by Denholm. Ooh, that was big.
So 2 outs now with Goulden at third. 0-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Oh, hits him on the elbow. Oh, that got her hurt. That was the fastball up and in. He's okay, but he's going
I
to.
think he got him around the wrist.
Yep. Somewhere in the forearm area at least. And, yeah, ouch. He's all right. That's what matters.
So instead of bases loaded, 1 out, we got runners at the corners with 2 outs as a result of that fine play by Denholm.
Here's Volpatty. Grounded to second, struck out. Bruce Bochy got thrown out of the Giants game last night.
Yeah, first time this season.
Because some guys were throwing inside and trying to hit Buster.
Well, they
trying
did
to
hit
hit Buster. Did he actually hit Buster?
Yeah, he hit him. Didn't he hit him? I thought he hit him.
Yeah. I don't know if he hit him or not. Yeah. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses high away. 1-0. Well, when you're the best team in the National League, way better than the team down south.
Best team in all of baseball.
You tend to get hassled like that. 1-0 the count. Here's the pitch. Fastball down and away, 2-0.
If you'd have said at the beginning of the season all the injuries that the Giants
I
have
know,
had
even
this
with
year,
all the injuries.
yeah, that they'd be the team with the best record in all of baseball.
Just wait till they get Pence back.
My goodness. Panic.
2-0 the count. Panic and Duffy. 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, 2-1. Here's the 2-1. Fouled up against the screen, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Rides high with a fastball, and the count goes full. Goulden at third, Valencia at first. There are 2 outs. Crabs leading 2-1. Trying to hang on to the lead here. Goulden led off by being hit by a pitch, then Greenlee singled in the third, but then a foul out and a pickoff. Had it up to 2 outs. Now another hit batter and 3-2 pitch. Runner goes, a swing, swung on and missed, got him. So the Crabs wiggle out of it. No runs, a hit, no errors, 2 left at the end of 5.5. Still 2-1 Crabs. This is exciting. Crabs baseball, 1480 KGOE.
Patty Stokeham, Remax Realty. She's been a Crab sponsor and supporter for more than 20 years. And Patty's also been selling real estate for just as long, and she'll handle all the legwork for you and cover all the bases. You can give her a call today at 496-3295. That's area code 707, of course. And you can find her on Myrtle Avenue in Eureka. That's our friend Patty Stokeham, Remax Realty. We got a new pitcher on the mound as we head into the home half of the sixth, Benjamin.
Number 36, Sam Carter, on in relief of Rajeski.
He'll face the heart of the Crabs order. It'll be Outman, Newman, and Perry to try and increase that slim Crab lead. The Crabs have been, let me put it this way. The Crawdads have more than doubled the number of hits that the Crabs have had in this ball game. It's 1 run, 7 hits for the Crawdads, 2 runs on but 3 hits for the Crabs.
The line on Rajeski, 5 innings pitched, 3 hits, 2 runs. They were both earned. He walked 3 and struck out 4. Here's Outman. Struck out and walked. Just shows you the value of the timely hit. There's a fastball that misses high. 1-0 the count. Crabs got runs in the second and the third inning, and Crawdads got 1 in the top of the 5th. Here's the pitch. Fastball down low. Two 2-0 the count to Outman. Newman on deck, then Perry will bat. Here's the 2-0. In the air to center field. Playable. And 1 away.
That's why you're announcing this time of night. I mean, I thought that was hit harder. I was looking at a couple of bases on that one. It was only a few feet in front of the warning track, but it was definitely in the park.
Here's Newman. Yeah, he just got under it a little bit. Hit it well, but just under it. So Newman, who walked and scored in the second inning and then grounded back to the pitcher, will be the batter. Here's the pitch. Slider is high, 1-0. Sam Carter, second pitcher of the night for the Crawdads. Or Craw, as it says on their uniform, the Craws. Here's the pitch. In on the hands, and he fouls it into the seats, where it is missed by several fans who had their hands up to catch it. Unbelievable. 1-1 the count. That was easily playable.
Well, we need to have the fans bring their gloves. Pretty good fielders at the Giants ballpark, AT&T.
1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Fastball in there at the knees for a called strike. It's 1-2.
There was a fan that made a catch the other night. They showed it on TV. I swear a scout went up and signed him right after.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it was some kind of catch.
A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Reaches out, hits a slow roller out to short. Nunes throws him out for out number 2. Michael Perry will be the hitter.
Number 22, Michael Perry.
That pitch was a great example of throwing a batter off stride.
Oh, yeah, he's way out in front.
Way out in front, and he wasn't going to do anything more than ground out to short with that swing.
1 for 2 is Perry. Singled in his first at bat, then grounded out the second. Crabs only have 3 hits, as Hoke pointed out, but they're up 2-1. Here's the pitch. Fastball inside.
That's a walk and a hit batter. Otherwise, you're allowed those 7 hits.
1-0. Broken bat, 1 hop out to short. Throw to first is picked out of the dirt by the first baseman, inning over. Nice play. Crabs go in order in the 6th. They lead 2-1. This is Crabs Baseball, 1480 KGOE.
True Motion Fitness, a unique approach to movement health. We feature muscle activation techniques, personal training, and a unique movement space, all focused on building a stronger, balanced, and stable you so that you can move through life and desired activities with greater enjoyment and efficiency. True Motion Fitness is located at 901 O Street in Arcata. You can give them a call at 822-3018. That's True Motion Fitness. And Benjamin, we got a new pitcher for the Crabs.
Yes, it's Ryan Smith, who comes in with this is his 8th appearance, 10 2/3 innings pitched, 5 hits, no runs. He's walked 5 and struck out 12. The line on her, 6 innings pitched, 7 hits, 1 run. It was earned. He walked 1 and struck out 4. If he goes on to get the win, he will be 3-1 on the season. Turner Lace will be the hitter for the Crawdads.
So no team has tallied against Mr. Smith this season, huh?
No, they have not.
That's impressive.
No one has tallied. Here's Lace. 0 for 2. First pitch is a fastball in there on the inside corner for a called strike. And the next pitch is a fastball down low. 1-1 the count. One hit high in the air to shallow center field. White coming in and has it for out number 1. He got way under that. So 1 away. Back to the top of the order. Here's Nunes. Nunes. What is it? Nunes. 2 for 3 with 2 doubles. They can get 1 down the left field line and 1 down the right field line. Smith's pitch. He's showing bunt and takes it right down the middle for a called strike. Oh, 1 in there high. 1-1, I guess. One pitch in the air to shallow center field. That's going to drop for a base hit. So 1 out single. Here's Casperson. 1 for 3 with an RBI.
Half of the 8 hits for the Crawdads have been of the 2-base variety. 4 doubles, 4 singles.
Nunes takes his lead. Smith looks in, gets a sign, and deals, and it bounces, and it's going to go all the way to the backstop, and Nunes goes to second. That one really wasn't in the dirt. Well, I think that's a pass ball. Did it look like it was in the dirt to you?
I thought it bounced, but I didn't have a real good look at it.
Okay, well. Go with the wild pitch then. I couldn't really tell. It looked to me like I didn't see a puff of dirt or anything, but dust. But anyway.
Gentlemen, that last pitch, was it hit the dirt or was it a pass ball?
Here's the pitch. In there for a called strike at the knees. Nobody knows. Nobody's watching the game up here. Nobody in the booth's paying attention to the game.
Hey, Bigfoot shook them up. They've been shaken up by Bigfoot.
Here's the 1-1. Called strike on the outside corner, 1-2.
When in doubt, I say wow.
Tying run out at second, 1 away. Crawdads have had their chances. Golden opportunity last inning, but couldn't cash in. Here's the 1-2. Oh, and he just misses high and away. 2-2. Where was that, Ump? 2-2 the count. And the pitch. Breaking pitch in the dirt. Nice block by Denholm. Count goes full to Casperson. And the 3-2 pitch. Fouled up against the screen. Three and two the count. From the bell, here's the pitch. Foul down the left field line, and it's going to drift out of play. So the count remains full. Three-two pitch. Check swing, and he fouls it out of play. Nunes takes his lead out at second. 3-2. Foul tip got him. 2 away.
That was a big battle.
It sure was. A good fastball in on the hands finally put him away. Here's Saruta, third baseman. 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts.
Saruta came into this series by far the leading hitter on this Crawdads team. He was hitting .350 when we started play last night. He was 2 for 4 last night, but as Benjamin said, 0 for 3 tonight. Hadn't got the ball out of the infield.
Here's the pitch. Breaking pitch in there for a called strike at the knees. Nice pitch. That looked like a 12-6 curve. I don't think I've seen him throw that pitch yet. That's the first time I've seen it tonight. Here's the 0-1. Fastball in there at the knees is 0-2. Good pitch.
Big curve, heater on the corner.
Yeah.
That's command.
Nice. To the count. Here's the pitch. In the dirt, the runner's going to go to third, and he will make it. That's a wild pitch for sure. Tried to bounce one up there to get him to chase it. Saruta wasn't going for it. So now the tying run 90 feet away with 2 outs, and the count 1-2 to Saruta. And the pitch. Breaking pitch is hit in the air to right field, and Cirillo has it. 4 out, number 3. Crabs get out of another one. Boy, the Crawdads just keep knocking on the door, but unable to get that tying run across. They get no runs on a hit. There were no errors and a runner left at the end of 6.5. It's 2-1 in favor of the Crabs. This is exciting. Crabs baseball, 1480 KGOE. Welcome back to the ballpark. Reynolds, Denholm, and White will bat here in the bottom of the 7th inning with the Crabs leading 2-1 against Sam Carter, who is out for his 2nd inning of work. 1 run, 8 hits, no errors for the Crawdads. 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error for the Crabs. Crawdads have left 8 runners on base. Crabs hanging on to a 2-1 lead. It's got to be a frustrating night so far for the Crawdads. They have had a couple different opportunities to tie the game and then some, and just have not been able to get the runners in. They've not been able to get the timely hit. And, of course, that's a credit to the Crabs pitching tonight, both Aaron Herr and Ryan Smith. So here's Reynolds to lead it off, and the first pitch is a breaking pitch in there for a called strike on the outside corner. Nice pitch. Reynolds tonight 0 for 2 with an RBI. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and missed. No balls, 2 strikes to count. And the 0-2 way outside with a fastball. The 1-2 pitch. Hammered into right field and deep. Going back at the track. He's got it for out number 1. He didn't quite get all of it. That was not hit quite as hard as I thought it was. And Greenlee makes the catch right on the warning track for out number 1. Logan Denholm will be the hitter. Denholm 0 for 2. Crabs only have 3 hits on the night, but they lead 2-1. Here's the pitch. Breaking pitch in there for a called strike. Carter's got a good curveball. Here's the 0-1. Here's the fastball, and it's popped high in the air back at second base. The shortstop's calling for it, and he has it for out number 2. So quickly 2 away. Here's Austin White. White's 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. Fastball fouled out of play. It's going to make it all the way out on the F Street. Ooh. The 0-1 breaking pitch swung on and missed. Had him out in front of it. That was that nasty curve that Carter's been throwing. 0-2 now to White. And there's a foul ball out of play. Tonight's attendance, 596 folks at the ballpark. Being treated to a good ball game. Crabs up 2-1. Been a lot of tension. 0-2 the count to White. Here's the pitch. Tap down to third, and it's foul. Seeing action in both bullpens now. Right-hander warming in the Crawdads, and somebody just beginning a right-hander just beginning to warm up in the Crabs bullpen. So 0-2 with the count to Austin White. Here's the pitch. Fastball in on the hands, and he hits it in the foul territory on the right side, where it is put away for out number 3 by the first baseman. So White fouls out to end the inning. Crabs go in order. They lead 2-1. This is Crabs Baseball, 1480 KGOE. Welcome back to the ballpark. New pitcher on the mound for the Crabs, Justin Watland. Third pitcher of the night. The line on Smith, by the way. 1 inning pitched. He gave up a hit and a strikeout, and that's it. Justin Watland comes in with an ERA of 3.65. He's 2-0 on the season in 8 relief appearances, 12 1/3 innings pitched, 9 hits, 5 runs. They were all earned. He's walked 4 and struck out 7.
Let's thank North Coast Audiology. We're always working to provide our patients with the best possible care. We believe our work is an integral part of a viable Humboldt County, and we believe strongly in the 70-year history of audiology. And that field as a whole must be protected and refined by serious students and careful practitioners, one of whom is Julie Kelly at 2818 Harris Street in Eureka. You can give her a call at 443-4503. That's North Coast Audiology.
Especially if you couldn't hear the ad.
Yeah. I did that for a while. I did.
Audiologist?
I did newspaper reading for people who had sight problems, not hearing problems.
Oh, I've always wanted to do that.
Yeah.
That'd be nice service. Here's Golden to lead it off, and he hits a high chopper foul wide of first.
Now batting for the Crawdads, number 34, Wade Golden. Now on the mound for your Humboldt Crabs, number 20, Justin Watland.
Unusual situation. I can't recall when the Crabs have been out hit so significantly and yet lead the ball game. 1-8-0 for the
Crawdads have to be extremely frustrated at this point.
They've had lots of opportunities and only been able to tally 1.
1-1 the count to Golden. Here's the pitch. He hits that one out of play. They've already left 8 runners on base.
8, huh?
8.
Yeah.
Crabs have only left 3. 0-2 the count. Line in the right field, but foul. It's going to go into the picnic area. Oh.
That's all right. You got good eyes down there. That's the eye care. A to Z eye care. They can see that ball.
You wouldn't believe it from the way they just fielded that ball.
Yeah, they were ducking out of the way probably. That was pretty well hit.
0-2 pitch. Ooh, breaking pitch misses just above the belt. 1-2.
That was not the pitch Denholm expected.
Apparently not. He's gone out to speak with the pitcher.
Yes, definitely.
All right. One and 2 the count. Here's the pitch. Fastball in the dirt, 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Misses high, and the count goes full. So he's head 0-2. Now Goulden's been able to work the count 3-2. Here's the pitch. In the air to shallow right field. Second baseman going out. Right fielder coming in, and it'll be Cirillo to take it for out number 1. Greenlee will be the hitter. Greenlee's 2 for 3 with a double and a single.
Talk about minutia, but we were talking the other night that when Don Hofacker was a home plate umpire, he had 2 bags tied around his belt. One for, you thought, balls that were to be used in the game, and one for no good balls. This umpire has 1 bag. And so if a ball is bad, he just tosses it into the dugout. There you go. Pretty important stuff.
There you go. Indeed, there you go. Foul ball, someone won. All right. It's just the wonderful individuality that we all have.
Well, I taught politics for a number of years, so I'm into bagmen, you know.
0-1 the count. And the pitch. Breaking pitch down and away, 1-1. 1-1 is fouled out of play. One ball, 2 strikes to Greenlee. 1 out, nobody on. Top of the 8th inning. Crabs clinging to a 2-1 lead. The 1-2. This is down low, and it goes all the way to the backstop. 2-2.
And again, I don't think Denholm expected that pitch. Had there been a runner on base, that would have been a passed ball. He kind of went through his glove. But I don't think he expected that pitch. So again, a quick conference with Watland to make sure they're on each other's wavelength.
2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. 1 hopper out to second base. Pozos has it. Throw to first. 2 away.
I think we just had an attendance figure given.
Yes, 596.
Almost 600 fans out here for a nice night of baseball. Couldn't say that last night in terms of weather.
Much nicer tonight.
And tomorrow, hey, baseball was meant to be played in the day. Sunday baseball, nothing better, 12:30.
Definitely my favorite game of the week. Usually it's a Sunday game. Laguerre will be the hitter. And the pitch. In the air to left field. Outman goes back a few steps and puts it away for out number 3. Crabs cruise through the 8th inning. They lead 2-1. This is Crabs Baseball, 1480 KGOE.
North Coast Co-op, a natural foods consumer-owned cooperative grocery store located in the far reaches of Northern California with 1 location in Eureka and 1 Arcata. We feel fortunate to live in a place of immense beauty while serving the needs of our Humboldt County community. In Arcata, it's 8th and I. In Eureka, it's 4th and B Street. That's the North Coast Co-op. And I brought in some nice organic cherries that I purchased today at the North Coast Co-op, and they are delicious.
Some delicious sushi at the Eureka Co-op today. Cirillo will lead it off for the Crabs. 1 for 2. And there's a fastball at the knees. He doubled back in the 3rd inning and scored a run. And then line to 3rd. 0-1 the count. Crabs leading 2-1. 1 run, 8 hits, no errors for the Crawdads. 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error for the Crabs. There's a swing and a miss out in front of that pitch. 1-2. Carter's done a good job keeping the Crabs hitters off balance. And he's got a pretty good slider. I don't know if it's a slider or a slurve or a curve or whatever it is, but it's got a lot of break on it, and he's been fooling the Crabs with it since he came on in relief a couple innings ago. 0-2 to Cirillo. There it is again, and it's popped in the infield. The pitcher's calling for it near the first baseline. Nobody's going to get it. It drops. I don't know what went on there. I don't know if that was just a miscommunication. Carter looked like he had it. I thought he was calling for it, and then suddenly he just turned and looked at the first baseman, and the ball dropped between them, so that's going to go for a hit. Cirillo.
Mason smoked the ball the first times he was up there. A booming double and then a line shot to 3rd, and here he hits a pop-up and gets a base hit.
And now Crabs will take it. That's only their 4th hit of the night, and that's the first hit since when? That's the first hit since the 3rd inning.
Yeah.
Here's Hamilton.
That should have been the first baseman's ball, but the pitcher
looked
like he was calling it.
That's what I thought too. Yeah. And I think that's what Lace thought.
Yeah, the first baseman backed off.
Here's the pitch. It's in there for a called strike. It's 0-1. And like I said, Carter just at the last minute just sort of turned and looked at the first baseman as if he expected him to field it.
Yeah. Well,
very strange.
Obviously miscommunication, and the Crabs will take it.
0-1 the count. Cirillo takes his lead. Here's the pitch. Hit in the right field. The right fielder is going to come in, and he'll make a play on it. 1 away.
Batting next, number 2, Brian Pozos.
Brian Pozos will be the hitter. Pozos tonight is 0 for 3.
2. Sacrifice fly.
Oh, thank you.
He drove in one of our 2 runs.
That's correct. A lot of people think that I noticed when I was reconstructing some of the road games from someone's scorebook. I don't know whose scorebook it was, but a lot of people think you give a sacrifice fly anytime a runner advances on a fly ball. It's only if a runner scores on a fly ball.
Yeah.
0-1 the count to Pozos. Cirillo takes his lead. Here's the pitch. There's that breaker, and he fouls it up against the backstop.
It would be too hard to implement because it's too complicated, but one could make a case for giving a sacrifice fly to a batter who moves the runner from second to third with nobody out. In other words, that's the first out of the inning.
Yeah, you can make a case for that. Yeah,
I mean, that's,
you're right.
That's
it is complicated.
That's an important movement of that runner. It's not a wasted out by any means.
Well, could you say the same thing about getting someone to second with 1 out? Throw to first. Because he's in scoring position then.
Yeah.
Which is why I think people think that. Because it makes sense that it would be a
yeah.
sacrifice. 0-2 the count. Here's the pitch. In the air to right center field. It's going to be the right fielder calling for it, and he has it for out number 2. Pozos hit that one off the end of the bat. And an easy fly to right field. So here's Outman.
Next, number 8, James Outman.
0 for 2. Crabs leading 2-1. We're in the bottom of the 8th.
I'm sorry, Ben.
Would certainly like some insurance here.
I was just going to say, if you're looking forward to the top of the 9th inning, it'll be the bottom third of the Crawdads order.
Cirillo takes his lead. He's 0 for 1 in stolen bases. Here's the pitch. Fouled up against the screen. We got a left-hander in the Crawdads bullpen and a right-hander in the Crabs bullpen. The 0-1, toss to first. A 1 pitch. Down low, 1-1. Carter sets from the belt, the 1-1, down low again, 2-1. Here's the 2-1 to Outman. Fastball away, 3-1. Three and 1 the count. And the pitch. Ground ball caught by the first baseman. He's going to step on the bag. A nice play by Lace, and that'll end the inning. So the Crabs will have to do it with only 1 run lead in the 9th. They lead 2-1. This is Crabs Baseball, 1480 KGOE. All right, we're back. A new pitcher on the mound for the Crabs. It's Austin Ragsdale looking for his first save of the season. He comes in. This is his 10th appearance. 14 in the third innings pitched, 8 hits, 3 runs. They were all earned. He's walked 3 and struck out 15. It'll be Valencia, Volpati, and Case, the bottom of the order for the Crawdads, with the Crabs leading 2-1. So a pitcher's duel here at the Arcata Ballpark, a great ball game. Crabs trying to go 17 and 10.
Purest delight. These games, every pitch becomes important as the innings go by. They become more and more important, and by the 9th inning, nail-biting time when you've only got a 1-run lead.
So far, the Crabs have weathered several would-be rallies by the Crawdads. The Crawdads have left 8 runners on base. They've got a run on 8 hits, no errors, 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the Crabs. Here's Valencia. Valencia is 1 for 2 tonight. He's singled and been hit by a pitch.
In addition to leaving 8, they've had a runner picked off. They've had a runner thrown out at the plate.
This is actually Jared Bauer is going to pinch hit for Valencia, B-A-U-R. First pitch is inside for a ball. There's a strike on the outside corner. 1-1 to Bauer. The 1-1 is hit in the air down the left field line. Outman moving towards the line has a beat on it and has it for out number 1. Here's Volpati, or at least he's who's scheduled to bat. No, it's not going to be Volpati. It's going to be number 10, Brady Weiss. Weiss played in last night's game. He was 1 for 3, and he takes a fastball on the outside corner. Oh, 1 pitch. Fastball misses away, 1-1. One in there at the knees for a called strike. It's 1-2. The 1-2 is fouled out of play. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes. Next pitch is fouled up against the backstop.
Yeah. So, what was 2 for 4? 2 for 3. Let's do it. Yeah. I haven't done a pitch in a while.
The 1-2. Ooh, misses just outside with a fastball, 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch. In the air to shallow center field. Actually, it'll be Pozos and Hamilton right behind second base to put it out for out number 2. So they're down to their last outer, the Crawdads. Supposed to be Lace.
It is.
It is Lace. Lace tonight is 0 for 3. All right, here we go. Ragsdale gets the sign and deals. Fastball in there for a called strike at the belt. Oh, 1 pitch. Tap foul, 0-2. They're down to their last strike. Don't forget, tomorrow, Lou Bonamini Day at the ballpark. Big celebration. Want to get here early for that, have some cake, and celebrate the founder of the Crabs, Lou Bonamini, his 100th birthday. 0-2 pitch. Fouled up against the screen. Crabs will have the brooms out, we hope, we think. 0-2 the count. The 0-2. Ooh, misses high with a fastball, 1-2. And the pitch. Fouled out of play. The 1-2 pitch. Oh, misses outside with a fastball. It's 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes the count. And here we go. There's a one hopper out to second. Oh, and it goes off Pozo's glove and into right field. That's an error on Pozos. One hopper right off the tip of his glove and into right field. That was not a bad hop like the hit way back in, I guess it was the 3rd inning for the Crabs that I ended up reversing the call on.
Yeah, Perry's ground ball.
Perry's ground ball. That one was just botched. So that puts the tying run at first with 2 outs. So the Crawdads still breathing out there.
And there's the guy who's had
Nunes.
3 hits today.
Yep, 2 doubles and a single. Lace over at first. Ragsdale looks in for the sign. Now he sets. And the pitch. Misses high with a fastball. Here's the 1-0. Down and away, 2-0. Uh-oh.
What was it Yogi said? It's never over till win?
Yep. Indeed. 2-0 the count. Runner at first, 2 outs. And the pitch. Line back up the middle, base hit. Here we go. Runners on first and second with 2 outs. The tying run now in scoring position. They were down to their last strike. And now it'll be up to Casperson. He's 1 for 3. Lace at second, Nunes at first.
Casperson drove in their only run back in the 5th inning.
He's got a shot to tie it here. Here's the pitch. Fastball in there on the outside corner for a called strike. A tense top of the 9th inning. The Crabs up 2-1. Tying run out at second. 2 away. Here's the pitch. Fouled up against the screen, and they're down to their last strike again.
Well, it's been a night of frustration for the Crawdads, and this would top it off.
Absolutely it would. All right, the crowd begging for that 3rd strike. Here we go. Ragsdale sets and deals. Fastball away. One and 2. Here we go. Swing and a miss. He got him. Game over. Crabs hang on to win it. Wow. For the Crabs, 2 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors. For the Crawdads, 1 run, 9 hits, no errors. They end up leaving 10 runners on base in a 2-1 loss. Ouch. Crabs go to 17-10 on the season. Aaron Herr gets his 3rd win of the season, and Austin Ragsdale gets his 1st save. The loss goes to David Rajeski, and as I said, the Crabs now 17-10 on the season. Wow, what a game, Hoke.
Oh, that was an exciting ball game all the way, and it looked like it was going to end, and then suddenly it didn't look like it was going to end. Down to their last strike, and then an error and a base hit, and they had a tying run in scoring position, but a big strikeout by Ragsdale to pick up his save and preserve the victory for Aaron Herr. Well, we certainly hope you will join us tomorrow for the series finale. It will be Lou Bonamini Day at the park. As Benjamin mentioned, we're honoring his 100th birthday, the founder of the Crabs and guiding light for decades. Members of his family will be here. There'll be a nice presentation and a cake, birthday cake, for all the folks who get to the park, at least as long as the cakes last. They're getting a bunch of them, so hope you'll join us. Game time at 12:30, but the festivities will begin at about 12:10, so try and get here early and pay your respects to the Bonamini family, and thanking Lou Bonamini for the gift he has bestowed on Arcata that we have enjoyed for the past 70, well, this is our 72nd year. That'll do it tonight. The Crabs win their 5th in a row by a score of 2-1. For my broadcasting buddy, the Professor Benjamin Schaefer, I'm Hulk Holcomb, and we're rounding third and heading for home.
And welcome back to the Arcata Ballpark, where we had a very thrilling game, and it really was much of a pitcher's duel. 2-1 is the final score of the Crabs over the Walnut Creek Crawdads as they take Game 2 of this 3-game series. They've won the first 2 games, and they go for the sweep tomorrow afternoon in the 3rd and final game. As the Crabs, they have won in multiple different ways, it seems, here at the Arcata Ballpark. They won yesterday and really were able to light up the scoreboard in doing so. They won 8-3, and today a 2-1 victory. So kind of a different way to get the win, but it's a win all the same, as today it was Aaron Herr and the rest of the Crabs pitching staff doing the heavy lifting after the offense really has been getting all the attention the last few games, but today it was the pitching. Aaron Herr, 6 innings, allowed 7 base hits, 1 run, while striking out 4 and walking 1 batter. Ryan Smith pitched 1 inning, allowed 1 hit, and struck out 1. Justin Watland with a perfect inning, and Austin Ragsdale finished it off with scoreless inning, allowed 1 hit, and he struck out 1. Aaron Herr coming into the booth as he had an outstanding game on the mound today for the Crabs. Once again, 6 innings, 7 hits allowed, 1 run, 4 strikeouts, and walk. Thank you for joining us, Aaron. And
not a problem.
So, what was working for you so well tonight?
Fastball is really good today. Always have my slider. It's my go-to pitch. Throw out a lot. But I'm really proud of my curveball today. I felt like I could get it over whenever I wanted to, bury it whenever I wanted to, except for that one guy hitting the foot. It was pretty good today.
So, what pitch do you think is under the most development for you right now? You said you really getting your curveball, but is that the kind of pitch you're really working on the most?
At the beginning of the summer, I really only had a slider that I could throw 2 different ways, and I've really developed into my slider into more of a cutting slider, and then I also have developed my curveball-ish slider now, like a slurve. So that's what I'm really working on this summer.
And I'm just curious to know, you said your slider started to cut in a little more. Is that help throwing a cutter and a fastball too, or is that a different type of approach?
It's a little bit different. With a cutter, you kind of leave it more over the plate and let it dive off. With my slider, I kind of more aim to the hip or their knee and let it come across the plate, and it dips a little more than a cutter does.
Now, is that more effective on right-handed batters or left-handed batters when you try that?
Right-handed batters, definitely. Left-handed batters, if you leave it too much over the middle of the plate, it normally hits them in the knee or something.
Well, you've put together a few good starts, so how have you kind of developed over the summer, confidence-wise, skill-wise? Like, how has this summer with the Crabs treated you?
So far this summer's been amazing. All the fans out here are awesome. The coaching staff's great. And personally, this summer I came out looking to throw more strikes, get ahead more with my fastball, have confidence in my off-speed, and so far talking with the coaching staff and other pitchers on our staff, I've kind of been able to take mental notes and learn from everybody, and just get better in controlling my stuff, getting ahead and staying ahead in counts.
Well, I saw you were a sophomore. You finished your sophomore year at Sierra College,
Yeah.
So are you transferring on to continue your career?
Yes, next year I'll be attending St. John's University in New York.
Wow, you're going D1
Yeah,
out in the
Big
Big
East.
East. Whoa.
Big East.
So, yeah, they got a lot of good schools over there. Even since the split a few years ago, they got a lot of talent. So what are you looking forward to about that?
It's going to be a new atmosphere. It's going to be interesting living on my own for the first time other than here in my life. And just being in New York, the weather, the snow. I haven't played in the snow yet, so I look forward to that. And getting to know a bunch of East Coast guys, new coaching staff, it's just going to be a great experience.
So you're from Northern California originally?
Sacramento,
Sacramento. Yeah. So are you an Oakland A's fan, San Francisco Giants?
Giants fan.
You're a Giants fan.
Giants
okay,
fan.
we do get a few of those up. Of course, I like the Dodgers, so as you roll your eyes at me. Well, you guys are in first place right now,
Absolutely.
and we'll have a good lead going into the All-Star break. But I just like to ask a bunch of Giant fans. I mean, how do you guys do it with all your injuries? And
You know what? Our minor league system is unreal. We actually just had the River Cats transferred to the Giants minor league instead of
Yeah,
A's now,
yeah.
so I'm
So
really excited about that.
I was gonna say because they just went from the Oakland A's to the Giants. So, you ever have a chance to catch any of those games?
I always try to go out a couple times. I think I've been out like 3 or 4 times this year early.
Oh, right, yeah.
Early in the spring. It's a great place to
I always
go.
heard, I've never been to a minor league game, but I heard they have great deals on tickets and the concessions are really reasonable. I heard it's a great atmosphere.
It's a super fun place to go with your family and just enjoy everything.
Well, I know the Crabs, it's not quite as big, but, from what all the players tell me, the fans still bring a lot of the energy all the same. So what's it like playing in front of that?
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, fans everywhere. If you got fans that back you up, it's a great atmosphere. It's always funner to play in front of fans that care than fans that sit there on their phones the entire time.
Yeah, exactly, right. So, again, we need to encourage the fans to keep coming because, the best encouragement is the players themselves as it comes straight from their mouths. They love it. So, keep coming to the ballpark and being loud and being proud. Well, great talking to you, Aaron. Thank you for coming up and joining us
Thank you
and
very much.
giving us insight into your pitching performance as shut down this Walnut Creek Crawdads team. Only 1 run and 7 hits in your 6 innings of work. So congratulations, and we wish you luck the rest of the summer.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right, that was Aaron Herr. All right, Tristan, one more segment after this. So, yes, we'll take a 60-second timeout. A 60-second timeout. Tristan, thank you for doing your good work over there in Eureka. So, anyway, we'll take a break. This is Humboldt Crabs Baseball here on AM 1480 KGOE. And welcome back to the Arcata Ballpark. A 2-1 win for the Humboldt Crabs, as instead of using their offensive might like they have the last few games, they let their pitching dictate the outcome of this game. And the Crabs only managing 2 runs, but that's all you need when you got a pitching staff. Your starting pitcher Aaron Herr, along with the relievers Ryan Smith, Justin Walnut, Austin Ragnall, combining only to allow 1 run and 9 base hits. So the other team can only score 1 run. Doesn't matter if all you're able to score is 2, you still win. And as the old adage goes, they can't beat you if they can't score. So pitching and defense, getting it done for the Crabs today. Really, if you follow baseball, really any sport, it is the idea of preventing the other team from scoring that really leads to championships. As much as the runs, whether or if you're talking another sport, points, goals, whatever, they might get a lot of the attention and light up the scoreboard, but stopping the other team from scoring, and that's what the Crabs pitching staff did tonight. That really is what is a long-term formula for success. Let's recap the scoring by each side. Crabs got their first run in the second inning as Jason Newman led off with a walk, then was singled over to third by Michael Perry. He was going on the pitch. So great play over there on the base paths, and Newman was able to make it to third base, and that allowed the first run to come in on a Ryan Reynolds RBI ground out to short. So Newman able to come in really after working his way around the base paths by just being aware, by advancing to first to third on a single and then coming in on a ground out to short. That got the Crabs their first run of the game. And then in the third inning is when the Crabs got their second run, as Mason Cirillo led off with a double. David Hamilton then singled him to third. And though David Hamilton did get caught stealing a base, Brian Pozos was at the plate, and he was able to hit a scoring fly ball to center field to score Mason Cirillo. And at that point, it was 2-0 Crabs. And the Crawdads would make things interesting in the fifth inning with 2 outs. Mickey Nunes, the leadoff hitter, he had a great game. He actually went 4 for 5. So Mickey Nunes, one of the players for the Crawdads, having an outstanding game, and he got things started for the Crawdads in the fifth inning as he led off with a double and then came home on the RBI single by Connor Casperson. But give credit to the Crabs pitching staff, and Aaron Herr in particular. After Casperson took second on the throw, they tried to get Nunes coming around on that base hit, and they were unable to get him, and as a result, Casperson was able to take second on that throw. So runner in scoring position, the tying run in scoring position. Aaron Herr dialed down and got the strikeout. And that was able to end the threat. And the Crabs were able to hold on for the next 3 innings, basically, and beat the Walnut Creek Crawdads by a final score of 2-1. Take a look at the top offensive performance today. First for the Humboldt Crabs. David Hamilton went 1 for 3 out of the leadoff spot. Jason Newman 0 for 2, but did score a run. Michael Perry went 1 for 3. Ryan Reynolds had that RBI ground out, otherwise he went 0 for 3. And Mason Cirillo had a pretty good day at the plate, 2 for 3 with a run scored. Now looking at the offensive performers for the Walnut Creek Crawdads, Mickey Nunes really had a great game, as we mentioned before. 4 for 5 with a run scored, scoring the only Crawdad run. Connor Casperson went 1 for 5 with that RBI single. And otherwise, the base hits were spread around. Wade Golden went 1 for 3. Trevor Greenlee went 2 for 4. And Marcos Valencia went 1 for 2. And that was all of the offense that the Crawdads were able to muster. They did get 9 base hits, but 4 of them were by Mickey Nunes. The rest of the team combined for only 5 hits the rest of the game in spots 2 through 9 in the lineup. And give, again, credit to Aaron Herr and the Crabs pitching staff for making life difficult for the Crawdad hitters. Once again, the pitching performances for the Crabs. Aaron Herr, 6 innings, 7 hits allowed, 1 run with 4 strikeouts and a walk. Ryan Smith, a scoreless inning, allowing 1 hit, plus striking out a batter. Justin Watland, a perfect inning of relief. And Austin Ragsdale getting the save as he pitched a scoreless 9th inning, allowing 1 hit and also striking out 1. The starting pitcher, David Rajeski, for the Crawdads, didn't pitch too badly himself either. Struggled a little bit with his command, but otherwise kept the Crabs in check. Went 5 innings, allowing 3 hits, 2 runs, with 4 strikeouts, but he also did a walk 3 batters. So 6 base runners in 5 innings, not too bad of a performance, but the Crabs were able to take advantage of what they were given to get the 2 runs that they did. And that was enough to win the game, 2-1. And just one more note, Sam Carter pitched the final 3 innings for the Crawdads, and he only allowed 1 base hit. 1 base hit is all he allowed, as he otherwise did not allow anything to come across. Didn't strike out or walk a batter, but really didn't allow the Crabs to make solid contact at the plate. And he was able to keep the Crawdads in the game. And again, they made things interesting in the 9th. Mickey Nunes, with 2 out, Turner Lace reached on an error, and then Mickey Nunes was able to hit him to second for his 4th hit of the game. And it was 1st and 2nd with 2 out in that 9th inning, and Austin Ragsdale, just like Aaron Herr did in that 5th inning, with the tying run at second base, able to get the strikeout to end the threat, and that ended the game with a 2-1 final score. The Humboldt Crabs over the Walnut Creek Crawdads. All right, that'll do it here for us. I'd like to thank our board operator, Tristan Landay, at the Bicoastal Studios in Eureka, doing a great job keeping us in the air, making us sound good once again. I'd like to thank everyone with the Walnut Creek Crawdads and the Humboldt Crabs for their help and support. And speaking for Hoke Hokum and Benjamin Schaefer, this is Kevin Wyatt saying so long from the Arcata Ballpark, where the Crabs beat the Walnut Creek Crawdads by a score of 2-1. Our next broadcast tomorrow afternoon. The Crabs have a 12:30 game, the final game of this 3-game series, as they look to go for the sweep. They've taken the first 2 games, game 1, 8-3, and tonight's game 2-1. They go for the sweep tomorrow at 12:30. We'll be on the air at 12:20. If you're coming to the ballpark tomorrow, gates open at 11:30, and as always, kids run the bases after the game. What a better way to have a family afternoon at the ballpark. Also helps your kids burn off some energy after the game by running the bases. So until next time, have a very pleasant good afternoon, everybody.